All right, first we're gonna give you a few tips and tricks on using this ratcheting belt system just until you get more comfortable and familiar with it to make sure those first few off and ons are a bit easier and more intuitive. So have the belt fully open when you put it on. Now, once you're on here, you notice these are swivel belts, but they should hang forward in kind of their last position. So if you're having trouble finding it, sometimes I'll just swing my arm closed and pinch that, and then it makes it pretty easy to grab. If you're kind of reaching back here, it's hard to find, but if I just do this, it always kind of lands in the right spot. So to grab that first belt, do it this way, right? Use your arm, find it. Now grab the outside of this housing, feed the strap into it, and then push it forward. This is the release tab. You can use it to pull it in if it feels more natural, but I find you're kind of fighting yourself. If you got this tight and you're pulling this, when you let go, you might slip a tooth because you're pulling on the release. We find it's easier to just grab the outside, push that in. So now I got the first one all the way in. If I'm having trouble finding this one, you can run this a little looser to make a little more room or give yourself a little more slack to grab this other one. So I can reach this, but again, if you're having a hard time with it, just kind of pinch it with your arm. You can grab it with your other hand, feed this one in. And now that you've got both of them connected, you can cinch this one all the way down, come back to your loose belt, push it in that final amount. On the release, this pull strap is what allows you to release the tooth that's holding that belt in place. If you're kind of just pulling on it like this, pulling straight out, it might bind. I find what works best for me and works really well. Take your opposite hand, get your thumb up there and push out on the bottom of the arch here, and then use the pull tab with your right hand or the hand on the same side. So I'll kind of go through that again. If you're kind of just doing this, sometimes it wants to get caught or it feels a little bit unnatural the direction you're pulling. Come in with your opposite hand, and it's really easy to force them apart. That should make your first couple off and ons a little bit easier if you're struggling with it. We find as soon as you run through a few reps, it becomes a lot more intuitive.